This is 18%. You're never going to beat this.
Just losing it, right?
So this cannot be considered justified in good, because it's not 30% good. This is not good. This is you. This is stupid. This is death.
My name is Mike. I'm from Cumming, Georgia. I'm 25 years old, and this is Financial Audit.
Naughty little town name. What do you do there for a living?
So I'm a video producer. I work at Optimum Productions. We do like manufacturing videos a lot of the times.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your position there? You said producer?
Yep. So I help produce the videos, but I also do a lot of the editing work.
What do you make as a producer? Let's see how our wages compare.
So I'm at $46,000 a year right now.
Aha! I win.
Oh.
The Good Boss Award. Okay. $46,000 a year. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anything on top of that, or is it 46 flat?
It's 46 flat.
How do we feel living on incoming? Doing that?
Well, a lot better. I actually just recently moved this month from Cumming to Alpharetta, Georgia. So the cost of living is a little cheaper there, you know?
Yeah.
But technically it's still in the same county. So not much has changed there, but my income has increased.
Yeah.
Like, last year I was making
What were you making?
like, I want to say it was $30,000.
What were you doing?
So I was a medical records processor at the time. So before that, I got laid off from a video production job.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And so I kind of scrambled, wasn't sure what I was doing. I contracted with a studio for a while and then needed to find something full-time, like secure. And my parents kind of had an impact there because they kind of chimed in. They've seen me go through film over the years saying, like, is this really a secure job for you? You know, even though I've had really good years and I've had
film's
really
up and
bad
down.
years.
Yeah, media is up and down. And the indie industry is up and down, but I mean, that's certainly one of the more volatile ones.
Exactly.
Sure.
And so my mom was working in the healthcare industry, kind of doing like the admin side. And she said, maybe you should get into that because that's job security right there. You don't have to stay there forever.
Yeah, healthcare is good.
Yeah. And so I'm glad I did it. I did it for about 8 months. But at the same time, I think I probably shouldn't have.
Why?
Because the pay cut was so substantial compared to what I was
Is that
used
where
to
you built
getting
up
paid.
the debt?
Yeah. About right then and there.
Why did you maintain your lifestyle then if that's what built up the debt?
That's a good question, actually. I'm honestly not terribly sure because what I do is I base my life on a looser budget. Like it's still budgeted, but not very stringent, if that makes sense.
Well, what's the point of budgeting if you don't budget?
Right. And so, well, I mean, it was a budget in a sense. It was based more on cash flow, essentially. So I knew I was making a set amount a month, right? So every bill that I had, I made sure it got paid for. So when I was...
is that budgeting though? Are you telling your money where to go, where it's going to go? You can prepare and then you look back on a monthly basis, see if you hit the budget, see what you need to address for the next month. Or you're just like, rent's coming. I need to make sure I have enough for rent.
No. So all of like, my basic needs were always covered no matter what.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately what screwed me, because I used to be pretty good with my money in the past where I didn't have to necessarily maintain like a set budget, mainly because I didn't have high debt. If I did have debt, I paid it off pretty quick in big chunks based on like film work.
Well, were you investing during that time?
A little bit.
Okay, so you probably still needed a budget then if you're only investing a little bit.
Exactly.
Because you need to start pretty much by the time you start earning any kind of income as an adult, putting at least 20% aside on a monthly basis.
Yeah. And I think the best way I could describe it too was it was more of like improvisation with my money. Not necessarily month to month, but like every few months.
Okay, so you've never budgeted though.
I guess technically in the grand scheme of
thing.
things, yeah.
Okay, yeah, go through our, please go through our budgeting program. You get it for free because you're on here, but
it's funny. I just bought it.
Well, we'll refund you. We'll refund you. But seriously, go through that and actually build a budget and follow it because that's what's really going to change your whole financial situation anyway. But so because credit cards, we're about to go through like a million, trillion, quadrillion credit cards.
Yep.
Why the? So okay, what was the pay before you were laid off? Before the $30,000, what was your pay?
That was at $42K a year.
Okay, so 42 down to 30. Yeah, that hurts. And I don't really know the cost of living in Cumming, but why did you maintain your lifestyle the way you did? I'm assuming that's what it was. We'll go through this and we'll actually determine. But why?
It felt like I actually reduced my lifestyle, believe it or not.
Then how'd you get into so much debt?
I know. So one thing I noticed actually after the fact, months later, was that I didn't account for entertainment, food costs, and gas prices, actually.
What do you mean?
Those are the three things I had left out when I had thought about taking this job on, and then I took the pay cut. not realizing how much
That
I was
doesn't make
actually
sense.
spending.
Those are the bullshit things, though. Those are the ones that we
Get you the most,
take
right?
into account.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, those are the ones that you just can balloon because rent's the same every single month. Your car
Right.
payment's the same every single month. Those things can just balloon unchecked, and those are the ones that you didn't think about. I think we can all agree that taking care of our families and making sure they're taken care of financially if you're not around anymore is top priority. That's why I want to take a second to thank today's sponsor, Fabric by Gerber Life, made by parents for parents. Fabric understands that every family has their own set of challenges. To cater to these challenges, they have crafted flexible term life insurance policies that fit both your family and your budget. Imagine securing coverage of up to $1 million for less than $1 a day, far less than your daily coffee or takeout lunch. What's even more impressive? Fabric offers a completely digital process. No appointments, no paperwork, just a quick, easy application completed in under 10 minutes, and you could be approved instantly with no health exams needed. Now, maybe you're hesitant about making a long-term commitment, but there's no need to worry. Fabric provides a 30-day money-back guarantee, giving you the freedom to cancel anytime, ensuring flexibility and peace of mind. Fabric's excellence is clear in over 1,800 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. Their partnership with Gerber Life, a company cherished by families for over 5 decades, only adds to their trustworthiness and commitment to family protection. But there's more to Fabric than just life insurance. It's a comprehensive platform offering free digital wills, investment options for your children's futures, and streamlined financial management, all accessible right from your phone. So join the thousands of parents who trust Fabric to protect their family. Don't put it off. Take the first step today at meetfabric.com/Caleb. That's meetfabric.com/Caleb, because your family's security and your own peace of mind are worth it. Apply in just minutes right now. And don't forget to tell them Caleb sent you.
Yeah. And I don't know why. Talking about it out loud too, sounds silly, because I had this conversation with myself weeks ago too. I was like, why did I let it get to this point? And how did I not think of that, as somebody who was somewhat money savvy?
Yeah.
So it really kind of caught me off guard in that sense. Something I definitely should have accounted for, especially with rising costs in food, especially growing at the grocery store. It's totally different this past year than it has been a couple of years back.
Yeah, but even still, I could get you $300 a month easy. I mean, we proved it. We did a grocery shopping video. The video, the audio is just, I had the mic right here and we thought it was good and we weren't testing it and the whole thing came out sounding it wasn't good.
Yeah.
But we easily proved, and through the program you go through, we at least have a digital version of it, $300 a month as one person, healthy, sustainable lifestyle in terms of the groceries you get, plus extra things on top of it for the yum yums.
Oh, okay.
For $300 a month. So yes, inflation's been over the past couple of years, it's been not thrilling,
Right.
but you can't blame all this on that, because I could get you $300 a month at the grocery store. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of credit card debt here. So what was the actual reason? Why'd you go into debt?
Because I was an idiot, honestly.
Okay.
I probably should
money
have
go?
thought about food. Food, for the most part.
Like fast food.
Probably fast food.
Eating out.
Yeah.
What would you give yourself score? 0 to 10?
In this current state?
Yeah. Not future or past.
Yeah.
Right now.
4.5. Can I do 0.5?
Yeah.
Cool.
I do 0.5s all the time.
Sweet.
I haven't looked at this many credit cards in a long time, so I'd be very surprised if you were considered average.
Right.
Average in terms of scale of bad to good. You think you're right down the middle in terms of bad to perfect?
Yeah,
Worst to perfect. You think you're in the middle?
I'd say I'm in the middle.
All right. Well, the score will not lie. Let's see. City Custom Cash Card. You customized your cash to a massive debt balance.
Oh, yeah. We're
sitting at $3,581.88.
And that went up.
Why? That's not joke? Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
That's not funny, man. That's your life.
Yeah.
That's your life.
Mm-hmm.
You think if I go, it's not funny if I go and eat a big fat burger and I'm just putting myself closer into the ground. I've been eating healthier these last few weeks. Team's cheering me on. It's not hilarious if I go out and do something that's bad for my health. It's not hilarious if you go out and build your debt more.
Yeah. I think
so. Why did this go up?
Yeah. I think part of it had to do with the move, right? So my last place, the whole rent situation kind of changed. Our landlord didn't want to renew our lease. We had some of the lowest rent in the area. And then suddenly we kind of had to like drop everything and figure out where we go next. So me and my roommate mainly, but also I had plans to move in with my girlfriend at the time as well.
Is that who you live with now?
It is, yep.
Okay, so you and your girlfriend split a place?
Yep.
No longer the roommate's not included in there?
We're renting out the basement right now to him for I'm not too sure how long, but that's helping us out.
In the basement?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And so that whole move.
Well, what did this go up to then?
4,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just went further down the hole.
Yep.
Man.
Pretty much paying for like a U-Haul.
Well, let's see, because $349 of purchases before that U-Haul.
Yeah.
But you only did the minimum monthly payment, and guess what? We're accruing $86 of interest. We're purchasing our card that's accruing interest, and we're not paying off. How many times have I said that in the history of the show? Are we going to be surprised? Are we going to be surprised? Are we going to be surprised? No, we're not. It's all spending. Let's see. Out of all these 15 or so purchases, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 that might be considered not bull. Not. And you laugh about the balance going up.
Which ones are the bull ones?
Just let's go through it.
Yeah.
Taco Mat, Sip, Ink and Ivy, Mexican Restaurant, Jimmy John's Ale House, McDonald's, Subway, Rib Shack, Taco Mac, Dairy Queen. My merch? No. This is the budgeting. This is the budgeting program, which actually wouldn't be considered because technically, just like any kind of education that would improve you, if it improved your income, this wouldn't improve your income, but this would improve your budgeting skills, which would save you more money over time. So that I won't consider. When I was going through this earlier, now I recognize the price. But when I was going through this earlier, I thought you bought some merch, and I was about to take some of our new merch and just beat you over the head with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 things that are, because then the final one is Taco Bell. So 5 things that were not out of the 15 or 20 in here. It's ridiculous, and you laugh about the balance going up. This isn't funny. This is all you spending. This is all stupid bullshit. $86 of interest loss, $420 within 2023 that was taken away from you because you decided Taco Mac and Dairy Queen was more important than your future.
Yeah, probably not.
Now, you're disputing a purchase with Exxon Flagship Food Gulf Breeze?
Oh, yeah. So that was when I was in Florida. I had paid for something and the product didn't work. So I disputed that claim, and that did come back.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So basically 30% interest.
Yeah, that one's a really high interest rate. I think that's probably the highest interest rate card.
All right, let's go to the next card. Freedom to die in debt. 1,009. Nope, close. 1,492. 25 with a minimum monthly payment of 45. Okay. Let's see. What are we going on here? You did a minimum monthly payment, and then you purchased $464. It's like, what's the point, man?
Right.
Like, do you care? This is a lack of giving a shit your life, man. $30 of interest accrued, so interest is accruing. We're only paying minimum monthly payments, but we decided to put an additional $464 on there. So, of course, the balance went up by almost $500, even though interest is accruing.
And I think that's the part that scares me the most, too, is the fact that, like, lately I could tell, too, that I have been kind of ignoring my purchases more and just kind of swiping.
Why do you think?
I think it mainly is due to, like, just a lot of stress. Again, the move, career change all at once, taking the pay cut during that time, and also having...
So it's the cope?
A little bit, yeah. And, like... When I did take that pay cut during that job, too, I was working overtime for about 6 months straight, about 50 to 60 hours a week, nonstop. And so I know that took a lot out of me. Just a lot of changes all at once, and then my brain kind of went numb to the whole purchasing and checking in on things.
I can understand that. And then my follow-up question has to be, you said you're starting to recognize it. So if you were starting to recognize it, why did you not take any assessment of it and try to stop?
I wasn't sure what to do when I had that pay cut. It was the first time in my life when I kind of faced that.
No. Right now, you do not have the pay cut right now. You have a pay raise right now from there. And you're going through this, and this is your cope. Okay, if you were starting to recognize that this was within the last 30 days, dude, why did you not assess and try something different or try to fix this?
Again, I think just too much going on. January is the month I moved in. So
that's fine. Weeks, but you said, though, you specifically said your words that you started to realize it. So why did you not, from there, assess your situation?
I think I was just too tied up with other things, you know? I think that was just part of it.
Shocker.
Yeah. And I probably should have prioritized that.
Chai tea, bar, and taquitos are not more important than your future, man. You're 25. Don't throw away your 20s like this.
Right.
It's one of the most important decades for your financial future. What's Rently.com? Is that renter's insurance?
Rently.com. What's the charge on that? The amount?
$199.
So that was when we were touring homes.
It costs a tour?
Yeah, you get like 3 tours a month with it because they're Rently locks. It's kind of like the new thing a lot of these property management companies are doing. Yeah, it's kind of
Oh, taquitos. No surprise. Cork and Barrel. Churchill's. Something you went to like a park or something. Parks and Recreation. Pizza. Life in Long Creek. Life in Long Creek. Panda Express. Zaxby's. More taquitos. And Wash Factory Express. Is that a car wash?
It is a car wash, yeah.
Does your car need to be clean when you're dying in debt? I don't think so. Who the cares? You're pulling up next to someone. Who cares? You can't even see the car's dirty while you're in it, as long as you just use your windshield wiper fluid.
I think it's pretty important, though, especially when you have a newer vehicle. You know, it's kind of important to keep it clean. It degrades a lot of stuff, especially like your paint.
Yeah, but spray it down, dude. We're not talking about you needing to go through a wash. You can do just very basic shit like that on your own.
Right, yeah.
For free.
And I used to do that on my own, and I don't know why I stopped. Getting used to luxuries.
You stopped when your finances are the worst. Luxuries, you can't afford a luxury to save your life.
Right.
You can't do $49 of interest. Just stolen from you. And again, it's all on bullshit. I just hate to see someone in their 20s, man, do this.
Yeah. Do you normally crumple up paper like that?
Depends how I'm feeling.
Oh. It's a lot of emotion in the paper.
I'm a very emotional person, especially when talking about numbers and seeing, again, someone throw their life away. Do you not, like, maybe you just don't see, the reason why it goes so hard on people is just so many people just don't see the direness of this. They don't really truly understand the numbers and the behaviors that they're doing that are just throwing away their future, man. And it just deeply impacts me, and it kills me that, and I can't tell if it's happening here just yet, but for a lot of people I talk to, I care about their future more than they do. And that me. And that better not be you.
No, because that's an important thing to me. You know, I had the realization that, like, I'm digging myself a deeper hole and it's not stopping. And I need to stop, but I don't know how yet, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Okay. Best Buy card. What did you get?
So that was a MacBook, and I needed that just for my production company itself. And so that was actually a write-off for my company at the time.
You own a production company?
I do. Yep.
How much does that bring in? What did you write off?
Well, last year it brought in, $26,000. So not too much. It's more of like on the side nowadays.
Hey, that's actually pretty good for a side gig.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a lot of people would love their side gigs to bring in $26,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $2. This is like an ongoing fee. You made a $65 payment, which is a little above the minimum. What's this fee? Is it two fees last year? $2 each.
$2 fees.
Oh, it's a minimum interest charge.
Yeah, because I know
but
that one.
But you have to pay your promotional balance by the end of this year.
Exactly.
Or else, yeah, all the deferred interest is gonna come and kill you.
Which is about $800.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna.
Mm-hmm.
So let me mark this. You have 11 months to pay this. Well, no. I mean, from right now, you have 11 months to pay it off. Actually, to the day, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, to the day. Oh, no. Never mind. A little under 11 months. We'll call it 10 just to be safe.
Would you prioritize that first?
We'll go over that.
Okay.
Let's get the full situation done. But, so you edit on Final Cut?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
And there's no point of you having a MacBook?
Well, I edit on DaVinci Resolve.
Okay, but you don't need a MacBook for that.
Right.
In fact, it would probably work better on a PC. We're learning that here.
I built a PC a long time ago, actually. I still have it, but I switched to MacBook mainly for mobility. You know, I was also in and out of studios at the time, so sometimes that came in handy.
I definitely like the silicons on in terms of for
For
laptop performance. I like it, but certainly not going to be as good as a tower unless you're using Final Cut, which syncs directly with.
I hate Final Cut with a passion.
Me too. Okay, PayPal credit. I take advantage of PayPal credit because you can get great 0% financing.
Yeah.
You are not doing that. You're doing the stupid version. Stupid version, also known as having a balance of $992.21 with a minimum monthly payment of $30. Purchases of $346. You're doing it again. We're back to it. We're back to the you. And it's $17.38. So what are you financing? What are you financing? McDonald's, Domino's, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Delta, and Chick-fil-A.
Well, that was for the flight here, but
okay. Well, most of that will come back to you, but the rest of that,
And I'll tell you, I think what got me was PayPal is really easy. PayPal credit makes it really easy when it's tied to your account. So I was doing a lot of Domino's delivery, right? Because it was easy to click one button, and it kind of just defaulted to that.
Your groceries across all your accounts was 3% of your spending, but going out to eat was 7.2. It's That's an insane percentage compared to what you're actually spending on groceries. You go out every second of your life to eat. I don't care if it's easy. It's called maturity and lack of discipline. Yep. This is sitting at just about 30% as well. It's easy. It's easy to charge you interest for. Okay. Here's another card. No.
What's the no?
Navy Federal, man.
That's a great interest rate. That was my best card for a while.
Will you shut up? This is not a good interest rate.
Did it go up? It was at 18.
18%, and no human history has ever been considered good.
For a credit card, though, right? That's got to be
0% would be considered good. Anything above that.
But on average, right? Most credit cards are 24.
Okay, if we compare against the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst, it's better than that. But compared to anything that's halfway decent in this world, it's terrible, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, zero is always going to be better.
But do not justify this being okay because it's only at 18%. You'll never beat this in the market. This performs 8 to 10% higher than the market on average.
Okay.
Or you're losing 8 to 10% more than you would gain in the market.
Right.
I cannot believe you did that. This is good. This is good. How is this good?
Well, it's low, right? For a credit card.
For a credit card.
Right.
It's still a death interest rate. Do you know how it works? That's 18% you're losing on that balance on a yearly basis.
Right.
If you invested that much in the market, it would only gain on average up years, down years combined 8 to 12%. 8 to 12%. This is 18%. You're never going to beat this on anything else.
Just losing it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this cannot be considered justified in good, because it's not 30% good. This is not good. This is you. This is stupid. This is death. I need to beat that into your brain because I cannot allow you to walk from here and ever come close to saying this is good again. I need that to get through to you. If anything in this conversation ever gets through to you, I need that to be clear. And to you watching this. This is not good.
I think that's my optimistic side coming out.
Yeah,
tend to stay positive about a lot of things.
Well, congratulations. Also, welcome to the real world.
But also slow death, right?
I don't think this is a slow death. You're holding $7,970.
Would it make you feel better if I told you I did put the card away?
It makes me feel better if you closed your account and burned it.
That's my oldest card, though. Wouldn't that affect my overall credit history? Or is that am I playing into the game?
People like you. And I love the advantages you could take in credit in this world. But my goodness, everyone loves the idea of it, and then people themselves in the system. People themselves. You are not in any way taking advantage of credit of credit in any decent way, of your credit score, of anything credit related. You are not taking advantage of anything. It is all taking advantage of you, and there's nothing but the numbers here to prove it. There's nothing. There's nothing to dispute it. You are not taking advantage of your credit score, of the credit industry in any way whatsoever. You are being taken advantage of, and they are killing you. They own you.
It does feel like it, honestly.
So I don't give a shit about this card, man. You have proved you're not a credit card person, and no matter what benefit you could potentially gain. I love to finesse the system because I can be disciplined. But it's even still, I'm getting like 2 to 5% cash back, so it's like small little discounts. That's just because I like to maximize my.
That's not even a points card or anything.
Oh, great. Well, not getting that 2 to 5% isn't. Who gives a shit compared to the risk factor that you have, knowing that you just build up debt in your future? I would much rather you not even come close to getting 2 to 5% and never have a credit card balance again. It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. I need you to walk away from here and realize 18% bad. It's not good because there's worse things out there. It's not. I'm not gonna go stub my toe and say it's good because it's better than getting shot.
Right? Yeah. I guess in
it
that
still
aspect,
sucks.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's a little extreme though. But yeah,
that's how my brain be doing. All right, come on, you've watched this show. You know how I am.
Yeah.
And then I also need you to walk away and realize that you are not taking advantage of credit in any way whatsoever. I don't give a shit. This card.
No, I don't think so.
Burn it to the ground. $197 minimum monthly payments. These are starting to stack.
They are. Yeah, the monthly payments are starting to kill me, or at least they were too when I was making even less income. That was really devastating, honestly.
And you still purchased $10. It's only $10, but why did you purchase?
What was the $10 purchase?
It was an Apple subscription.
Oh, yeah.
Something in there. We just start to lose track of that.
I need to look at that.
That's almost $8,000 that you spent there. Imagine if that was in the market, man.
Yeah, would have done really good.
Oh man, just in terms of 25 to 59.5. If that was sitting in like a Roth IRA, just getting some index funds, even just buying some top end individual stocks in a well balanced portfolio and something like Moomoo, and that you're losing a lot of potential because of your decisions. Oh.
Yeah, the paper stacking is really getting me now. Like seeing it physically is freaking me the out.
You should be freaked out. I need you to be freaked out. I don't want anyone to ever experience anxiety, but if this is the one and only time you do in your life, it's important to experience.
I'd be lying to you if I told you I haven't been. You know, it's been like this for like months in the back of my head.
But your behavior hasn't changed.
It has not, which is bad because I put my attention to other things instead of this when I should have been doing it to this.
So we basically have the same balance here on Discover It. Discover It. What are you discovering? How to die in poverty. And you should discover how to hit that subscribe button. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. We'll try to get to 1 million subscribers. Also, thank you for to being on the show. I hope this helps you. I really hope this helps you.
Thanks for having me.
That's like the secondary objective. The even primary objective is that there's going to be people out there that are getting in your situation, people out there that are in your situation or fighting to escape your situation, and this is actually benefiting them. So thank you. Also, feel free to apply in the description below as well. We're always happy to have different kinds of people on this show. But thank you for being here. And be nice. $7,817 sitting on this card. $73 of interest. No. $162 of interest and $73 of purchases. $183 minimum monthly payment.
Yeah, that purchase actually kind of hurt me too, because I hadn't spent on it in quite a while.
Why'd you do it?
Stuff for the house. Needed some stuff for storage, yeah.
Needed?
Yeah.
Critically needed, or else like the whole place would come tumbling down?
Went from a 5-bedroom down to a 3-bedroom.
Congratulations. But needed, like literally your world would not exist? It was a need? Do you know what the word need means? Was it a true need? You would like not survive without it?
I would probably think so. Some of it was plumbing stuff. Some of it was shelving.
25%. Is that also considered good because it's below 30?
I would not consider that one good. I think like 20 is my cutoff, personally.
Oh my gosh. Not anymore though, right?
Right. I think
no, like actually.
No, actually.
Okay, what do you think a good interest rate is? What do you think would be considered? One second. What do you think would be considered if a debt is above this rate, we need to pay it off immediately, and if a debt is that rate or below, we can just minimum monthly payment until pay off? What is the number? You've watched this show, so what is the number?
Well, I guess in your perspective it'd be 0, right? But in mine it'd probably be something like 12, and it also depends on the application. Well, if credit card or a loan, right?
Not necessarily. What the? No. What? Mortgage, I would consider maybe a little different. Just because it's such a massive balance. Car loan, well, then you take into account depreciation and maintenance and the risk involved in that. So then essentially you may as well add 2 to 3 points on top of your rate, really, mathematically over time. 4 to 5%. 4 to 5%. If it's above 4 to 5%, pay it off pretty quick because it's going to have a hard time competing with the overall market at 8%. You said above 12?
Yeah.
The market doesn't beat 12, man. Unless we enter just multiple decades of like insane economic growth, you're never going to beat it. So you would want to pay it off as quick as possible because you're not going to beat that anywhere else. There's nothing you can do with your money that will make you more money than paying it off quicker.
I actually hadn't thought of it like that.
If you have a 12% loan, and that's considered your small debt, if you pay it off as quick as possible, you literally gained 12%. Instead of just doing minimum monthly payments till it's paid
and
off.
accruing that interest, yeah.
Yeah, you just...
No, that makes sense.
4 to 5%. But I don't all of a sudden want you to shop... Again, that's for finessing. You're not a debt person. You don't know how to finesse debt, and that's okay. Who cares? Doesn't matter, really. You're not a credit card person. You don't need to finesse it. You don't need to finesse it. There are rules for getting a car. We love the money guy. You put 20% down. It's no longer than 3 years, and it's no more than 8% of your gross income. That's a pretty good rule to follow for cars, but it still gets complicated. I would rather get you in a position where you just don't have to do debt again, especially where your mind is very confused on what's considered bad and good.
Right.
Now, this is below 5% for a car. Yeah. I'm assuming this is a car.
Yeah, it is a car. 4.59, I think, is the rate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good. I actually got pretty lucky with that.
I don't know if I'd say
really good. Car payments are something good. I tried to avoid most of my life, but finally
credit
caught
card
up with
payments. Let's do this.
Yeah.
$437. Kind of expensive.
A little bit, yeah.
On a $15,846 balance. Again, the interest rate. Okay.
I was pretty ahead of it on that. So I was doing $500 a month, no matter what, since the get-go.
Well, I wouldn't do that because all of a sudden let's start thinking of the return again. Let's go back to that conversation. If you're putting extra towards this, does that really make sense if it's 4.5% versus that same amount extra on a credit card at 30%? No, right. You're going to make so much more in the end, or save so much more, I should say, not make.
So you're saying it's bad to put extra money towards a car loan?
No, not as a overall concept, but when you have a debt that's much worse.
You want to allocate more funds to that one?
Yeah, now that's typically the avalanche method of highest interest rate to lowest interest rate. There's the snowball method of paying smallest overall balance to highest overall balance. With that one, I mean, this would still be one of the later ones anyway. It would be the last one at this point because it's the largest balance. So if it's avalanche, highest interest rate to lowest interest rate, or snowball, lowest balance to highest balance, this one's the last in all those scenarios because it's the lowest interest rate and it's the highest balance. Okay. So you putting extra to this doesn't make sense in any of the typical debt repayment strategies.
I think I just wanted to shorten the loan term length.
Which is totally valid and totally fair. But in terms of saving money over time and getting yourself out of debt quicker, it does not make sense. Now this PayPal. Okay. Tell me about this PayPal. Is this credit or is this like a checking account within PayPal?
That would be checking. So any kind of like purchases I made through that.
Well, fun fact, the money that could be going to debt is instead going to Mickey D's, 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 Mickey D's. We changed it up and we got some Domino's. Microsoft. Domino's, Mickey D's. We seem to have like two genres in our life.
Yeah.
Either some of those McDubs or some pepperoni za.
Yeah, and I think that was partially due to like when I worked from home for that healthcare job.
Gosh, that's even easier to make a sandwich.
I had a 30-minute lunch. Exactly. So I would do that. And then towards the end, I guess I just started ordering like the mobile app and just doing that.
Well, delete that.
Yeah.
Throw away your phone if you have to. I don't care. That's insane. How much money is sitting in your PayPal checking account? Because that.
Oh, none. I don't. I just do it as like a pass through.
Okay. No more pass throughs. You're just allowing this to be dragged out.
Yeah, which is why I want to get a jump on it now, especially with my pay coming back to normal. You know, I feel like now I have that extra cash to use and utilize for my debt. So versus going out and eating and spending money at Mickey D's all the time.
Well, what scares me with your behavior is lifestyle inflation is what scares me with your behavior. But we do have about 4,525 in savings.
I like to save. That's one thing, one good thing I could say. But I should be putting it to debt, shouldn't I?
Well, no, not necessarily. No. Well, probably a bit of it, but this immediately raises the question. The first credit card, you said, "Oh, I had to raise it by $500 because I got a U-Haul." You had $4,000 sitting aside. How does it make sense in any mathematical scenario to put $500 on a thing that's gonna lose 30% on a yearly basis, or add 30% more to that debt on a yearly basis, than just taking it out of savings where you're not gonna lose or gain any interest?
I've always felt like having cash was king, liquid, you know. And having that in my back pocket, because I never really had that in the past, was important, especially during this economy.
This economy? What is?
I mean, just this economy. In terms
that's
of
like the second time you brought it up.
Yeah.
There are economic factors that play into a lot of things, but the moment I hear when people are choosing the percentages where their money is going, like you, then they sit back and say, "And the economy." No, you. This was your behavior that has gotten you into this. This isn't this economy thing. This isn't an inflation thing. For you. For some people, yes. Not for you. Yours is behavior, man.
You really think so?
Have you not just listened to any of the statement purchases I've been through? How do you not think so?
I just thought things got more expensive, right?
It doesn't matter. Even if things got more expensive and your income was your income, if things got more expensive, you cut back from spending. But your spending has not been cut back. I'm sorry. I would love you to experience every luxury that's ever existed. But if things get more expensive for you to survive, survival comes first before the luxuries. You cut back on luxuries. A McDouble is a luxury.
Is it though?
It's a want.
It's like a $2 thing.
It's a want. It's a want. Oh my gosh, really? Are you kidding me right now? Or are you just being cheeky?
No. I mean, I just see it as like a $2 purchase, right?
Yes, but that death by 1,000 cuts again. 7% of your over 7% of your spending went going out to eat. That $2 McDouble over and 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 over. Just you, and it you, man. If you're not willing to see that, then you're not going to change a single behavior. You're not going to get out of debt. You're going to be in the debt in your 30s. You're not going to be able to retire. You're going to die on the Walmart floor. You're going to be a disappointment from this show. And that's going to kill me. You're a human being that deserves to live a good life. You have to sacrifice to do it. But in order to sacrifice, you have to realize what to sacrifice and what's considered sacrificable. A McDouble is a want. You could go buy frozen patties, buns, pickles in jars, onions, ketchup, mustard. Yes, I know what goes on a McDouble because I love them. You can do that, and price effective wise, after you eat about 10, they're going to be well less cheap than $2 for a single one. It is a want. And not only that, but we need you to calorically survive in a healthy way, which is like $300 a month for all your meals, plus snacks and desserts. That's what you need. Anything beyond is a want because you want it. You don't need it. You probably did not need a shelving unit to literally survive. You do not need a patty in between two buns that was cooked 2 hours ago to survive.
Yeah. Well,
does that make sense?
It does. You know,
and never say that again because that's going to murder me.
I think the biggest thing, at least my mindset towards it, was convenience, right? As far as time goes, time we have. You know, especially working a side hustle job too.
No,
yeah.
But guess what? Fun fact. Come. Hey. Can you grab the camera? Grab the camera.
Grabbing the camera.
Start filming. Let's just do a little trip.
Okay.
Walk with me. Watch this. Did you just save that much time by ordering McDonald's? Did you just save that much time ordering McDonald's? Now, yes, this requires a go to the grocery store once a week, but that 30 to 45 hour long maybe sacrifice is worth it if it's gonna save your future. Making a sandwich is simple, dude. It's basic math and basic reality, and it's as easy as.
You really got an argument for everything too.
Well, it's literally just basic, dude. And I can't believe that people just don't believe it or push back on it. It's crazy.
I think it goes back to that lifestyle inflation thing you're talking about, too.
A lot of vape on here.
Yep.
Popeyes, taquitos, barbershop. That's fine.
Yeah, and I know the nicotine thing has been a huge problem. I've been trying to quit for a while now, actually.
It's so difficult, man.
It is. No, it's tough. Like, probably one of the hardest things I've tried to do, and I've tried it like 6 times.
Yeah. I mean, keep trying. Try different methods. I've never been addicted to it. So, I mean, I can't speak on that personally, but I know people who have gone through it. I know.
Because I know it's eating my money.
3 people close in my life who have gone through stopping smoking or different things related to nicotine, vaping, anything like that. 3 that I can think of off the top of my head. Very difficult, but they've done it successfully.
Yeah.
I know you can, and it's easier said than done. Find the right process for you, whether it's having an accountability buddy. Maybe it's talking to a therapist. I mean, there's a lot of different methods. Maybe there's different waning methods. I don't know. But keep trying. Don't give up. That's all I ask. I'm not going to put it in your budget because I refuse to put an addictive substance in your budget, especially something that's not good for your health. But
I did go from smoking cigarettes to vaping, though, so I'm proud of that.
I know, but the nicotine content is much higher.
That's what I mean. That's what got me now, is like, that's even harder to put down, it feels like, than like if I was just smoking cigarettes.
And we don't know the long-term effects of vaping.
No, that's what terrifies me the most.
My hand smells like bread now. Amazon, Venmoing out, more taquitos, Venmo, Amazon. Okay.
Did I hit that 4.5?
What?
That 4.5 score. Am I in the ballpark?
You're not even close.
No?
Do you have anything in retirement?
I do.
How much?
$3,500 right now. I'm growing in a Roth IRA.
$3,500. Yeah, that's pretty not great for
it's not
25.
Great. What should it be at for my age?
Well, the way that we like to see it is a certain percentage compared to your income. It's that was our easiest way to figure out the Hammer financial score for people online. Typically, what I do here is I just compare to where I would like to see it in your situation for your age. There's different categories. So the debt, it's like, is your debt situation bad or good? I don't compare that for age. It's like, real estate, same with the age. Like for younger people, their score is going to be lower because of that. And it's something to shoot higher for. And same spending a budget, that's going to be on your budget based on your situation. The retirement, though, that is your age. Emergency fund, that's also just math, not age.
Okay.
But this is for your age. What I would probably want to see you at about 25, maybe getting closer to about $15,000, $20,000 would make me feel good. Like, dude, setting up a really solid foundation. Again, so much easier said than done. Everyone comes to different circumstances, but it doesn't also change the simple math of where I would want you to be in terms to truly set yourself up for success. Now, I think you would have had the ability to do it personally based on everything we've seen. What's your portion of rent? What do you have to put towards rent personally?
$558.
Utilities, your portion.
I'm not sure with this new place yet, but I want to average $140.
What about your portion of internet?
None.
Okay, you're allowed to contribute however you do food with your girlfriend. Blah 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 blah. You're allowed to contribute $300, and that's max.
Okay.
Toilet paper fund. Anything you need to survive. Anything that you need to survive around the house, around different things. Things always pop up. There's going to be car maintenance. It's just that extra little, because we're doing a loose budget. You'll figure out your exact budget in the budgeting program and everything. So, but this is our loose to see what it's going to take to get out of debt. $100 for the toilet paper fund. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Car insurance.
Car insurance is $137 a month.
Phone bill.
I don't have one right now. Parents.
Okay.
Yep, trying to ride that out as long as I can.
Any ongoing healthcare needs, medications, things that cost money on a monthly basis?
None of that, no.
Okay. Vroom gas in your new location?
Gas, now that I'm not working from home.
Yeah,
I'm actually closer to work at my new place by 6 minutes away.
On a monthly basis?
Oh, it depends, too. Sometimes I like to do weekend trips. I'm a big outdoors guy. So
well,
I go kayaking or rock climbing.
As long as it's... Yeah, rock climbing's free, right?
It is free. Yeah, that stuff is free, but
We had
it does cost gas.
$310 in gas is what we had.
That sounds about right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of expensive.
Is that expensive?
Compared to a lot of people on this show, it is expensive. What's your
Because
car?
I don't really live in the city, you know.
What's your car?
It's a Honda HRV.
Okay.
It's pretty fuel economic, like 32 miles a gallon.
Debt, no surprise, is your biggest killer. It's $1,043. Rounded up to 44 after the cents. $1,044. Okay.
And that's including my car payment?
Yep, it's all your debt. Anything else you need to survive on a monthly basis that I might be forgetting?
I don't think so. To be honest, I really don't need a whole lot.
Not giving
these
you
days.
anything for subscriptions yet. Not giving you anything for fun yet. We need to see the difference of what's coming in. Yeah, your Roth IRA is $3,400. Can we count the Venmo, Zells, Apple Pay, and PayPal Inc. as income? That came in.
Some of it. It's a
how
mix.
much of it? Guess how much on a monthly basis on average? Up, months, down, months.
Do you want a percentage?
No, just give me a number. Also, you got to talk into the mic, dude.
Yeah. I don't know if I could put a number on it because sometimes it's between friends, sometimes it's between roommates, sometimes we split things.
Oh, so that's not pay.
Not all of it.
I asked you.
Some of it's
How
sales.
much is
though.
pay?
How much is pay? 10% of it. So maybe like average $100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so your actual pay that came in was $2,400,
Yep.
and that's what it looks like normally.
I didn't used to, but I guess now. Some months I did have better months, just from my side hustle, obviously. So some months would be like $4,000 months.
Unfortunately, your budget literally just to survive in your current situation, $2,589 a month, which means $189 in the red.
Youch.
Big youch.
I feel like I am left over with more cash though at the end of each month. At least this month I know I will be with the new pay coming in. And
What's your new pay going to be?
So I'm averaging $1,500 every 2 weeks. So about $3,000. That's after taxes.
So I asked if this was what it was like now, and you said,
Oh, no. It has increased. Yeah.
okay, well, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have an extra $4,100 or $411 on a monthly basis. Great. Okay, we can actually start doing things. The crazy thing is, man, even with that $400, just to get a 1 month. Well, you actually have a 1 month emergency fund. So never mind. So I would leave in your savings. What did we have in total in savings? I know it's another interruption, but you can get $5,000 by listening to the end of this. Right now, if you transfer your portfolio to Moomoo, which I personally use for my individual stock picks, you can get up to $5,000. It's literally free money and an amazing investment platform, and it's what I personally use. So check it out in the description below. I highly recommend it. How much was in savings again? What was in your savings?
$4,560.
You're withdrawing $1,171 from there. And you're leaving $2,589 in there, which is a 1 month emergency fund. And you're starting to tackle this debt.
With that money withdrawn from the savings?
Yep. So we're gonna snowball or avalanche. Snowball or avalanche. No, PayPal credit's so small relative compared to everything else that we're killing that. Tomorrow. Like you should do this like tonight. Withdraw it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it'll take a couple days for things to settle. But like starting tonight. Boom, you pay that from your $1,971. So that gives us now $979 today, which you're then throwing at the Freedom Card, which means in your actual first month, so in month number 1, you're totally paying off with the extra $411 on a monthly basis. You're totally paying off the Freedom Card from the. Okay, so
wait, explain that to me, yeah.
So with the $4,560 in savings, you're pulling everything except for $2,589, and you're paying off the Freedom Card, which was $1,492 immediately. Okay. And then with what's left of that and the extra $411 that you have after pay minus your living expenses, will pay off the PayPal credit.
Partially, is that what you're saying?
I meant PayPal credit first and then the Freedom Card, but it still works that way.
Gotcha.
So by the end of month number 1, those two were gone. That's incredible because all of a sudden you now have an extra $486 on a monthly basis because your minimum monthly payments are going down because you just wiped out 2 debts. That's great. Okay, and this is where Snowball versus Avalanche starts kicking in. Best Buy, I say we don't attack that next, even though that would be next. Because you can go till December in this. And in this situation, just for the sake of conservativeness, we just finished February. We're headed into March. So March 1st, where are we looking? Or through March, what are we doing? Yeah, this gets a little difficult.
Maybe Discover.
I'm looking at the city card, which is $4,000, because your remaining income's not incredible. Because that takes 8 months to pay off.
Yeah.
That takes 8 months to pay off, which means we all of a sudden that means all of a sudden the Best Buy is going to be like a month away to where all that back interest would hit.
I mean, I would have the cash to cover it, technically.
What?
Out of the savings that I have.
Yeah, no, I don't want you ever below a 1 month emergency fund, though, because you've been laid off before. You know how the world is. So in this situation, if you don't increase your income, the thing I'm actually taking care of next for risk mitigation is the Best Buy card. So you never have to pay a cent on that interest. And that sucks. Well, that takes 4 months. So we're 5 months in now. And it takes an additional 8 months to pay off the city card.
Yeah, no, this sucks.
So we're a year and 1 month in. Year and 1 month in, and we're like, we're only getting into our biggest balances. Now we do have about $500, almost $600 left on a monthly basis now, and hopefully you'll have had a raise by then. But I mean, just for example of how long it's going to take to pay off the other 2 cards, which you can pay off in whatever order because they're only $100 apart from each other. I don't really care. I would attack them based on interest. Reminder, we're a year and 1 month in, and then $600 a month to go towards those 2 cards. And then takes over 2 years to pay off those other 2 cards. So now we're 3 years, 3 months in. 3 years, 3 months in. And we're out of credit card debt. Huh?
And that's being strict on it.
That's you having not a single cent of fun. And that just shows how extreme your situation is. So, I mean, you can do that. I don't think that's sustainable. And that's hard. And not having any paid for fund during that is very, very difficult. Depending on the sacrifice, some can do it. I did something relatively close to that. So I know it can be done, but for the average person, like, it's going to be very difficult. So what's going to speed this up immensely and what is going to suck is when you get off work, man, 2-3 nights a week, go work 5 hours at a fast food restaurant, maybe. Like, literally whatever job you can get. Obviously, the higher paying.
I was going to say, I could take freelance gigs, no problem, and do that too. Okay. It's good money.
Well, no, I hope so. But then you also have to take into account saving up money for taxes and everything on the side as well. But either way, all I'm saying is after taxes, net, if you're bringing an extra $1,000 a month, you cut this out dramatically. You go from 3 years, 3 months to get out of card debt to what? A year?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, you cut it by 2/3. That's incredible. A year you can do sacrifice.
Yeah.
26 and you're out of credit card debt. Then the car, I would actually, well, what's the term on the car?
5-year term.
Not thrilled in that. So what I would do is maybe raise it. You're doing $500 now. First of all, cut that down, minimum monthly payments, except for the debt that you're tackling.
Okay.
You're $437 at that time. 1 year from now, because you have to bring an extra $1,000 net a month. I would probably raise that up to about $600, $700 on a monthly basis, so that as you're paying it off quicker, just to lower your overall risk, because this is kind of a longer length. But the interest rate isn't aggressive enough for me to say you need to put everything towards it. So I would do that, and then everything else you're doing on the side is you're saving up for a 6-month emergency fund, which after your debt is paid off, it's actually pretty chill. It's going to be $10,000. It's going to be $10,000 because it's either 6 months of your living expenses or $10,000, whichever one is higher.
And you're saying doing that simultaneously while I'm doing these too?
No. Well, you're doing the car. So after all the credit cards are paid off, while you're doing the car at $600 a month or $700, 6 to 7. Choose what you want. Everything else except for your basic needs goes to building a 6-month emergency fund, which for you will be about $10,000.
Okay.
Now after the $10,000, we're still continuing that car thing until it's done, but you're contributing on a minimum monthly basis. You're going to be 26, 27, 20% aside for retirement. And you're going to set yourself up very well for retirement in like mid-60s.
Yeah.
Very well.
And that's the goal,
Well, obviously. If that's the goal, then none of what you were doing can continue in any way whatsoever. You need to burn up your accounts. You need to close your accounts. They can never exist. You're not a credit card person. Maybe in the future, if you show you're disciplined enough to get out of debt, it's a conversation we can have at that time. But I need to see the discipline. A year from now, you should come back on the show, and the credit card debt should all be gone. 1 year from now, I want you right there and, show that you did it. And then we'll talk about continuing, building emergency fund from there. What should we do about the car? What should we do about investments? But I see a path forward. It requires you go making some more money through the freelance or through another job 2-3 nights a week. But I don't know, with your behavior and with some of the things you said this episode, I am a bit nervous. I'm a bit scared, but I know you can do it if you actually sacrifice. So I think a year from now we will see.
Yeah, I'm no stranger to hard work. Obviously, sacrifice is something I need to work on. I've kind of realized that. But I think I could do it. I think I could actually do it quicker in my head. But we'll see, I guess.
Any final thoughts?
As far as my debt goes?
As far as any of this?
Yeah, I've been a dumb, I guess. Ultimately, I think it's the best way to put it. Is that a fair assumption to you, at least?
Yes.
Because it feels like it, especially talking about it all the way through like this, I haven't had the chance to do that yet. So.
Well, let's see.
It's a bit embarrassing too. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, it's okay.
That's something I'm not used to talking a lot about is my finances with others.
I mean, you're spending in a budget with where these percentages were and going crazy. Mm-hmm. I can't give you higher than only 0.9 was actually going to debt overall net. I can't give you higher than a 1. Like, this is insane. Yeah. Like, it's so bad. It has to be a 1. Your debt, you don't have collections or IRS debt, but it's as bad as you can get outside of that pretty much. So a 1 there. Emergency fund, you actually have some money in savings. Some of that's going to go towards the debt, but it does show that you have bones for savings. That's actually going to be about a 6 for where you are there. Wait, how much was in savings?
4,000.
4,000. I'll give you a 5. Retirement, it started not where I'd want you to be for your age, but I'm going to give a solid, let's be generous and say 4. It's a 3 or 4. I'm going to say 4. Real estate's a 0, and it's reasonable for it to be 0 at your age. This is a score to shoot for. It's like there's the ultimate perfect at 10, which is almost impossible to hit. And then there's the worst of the worst at 0.
Yeah, I do wonder too, like when, if at all, I'll ever be able to afford a home too.
Absolutely, man. You get out of this debt and you start saving, and we can talk about that in a year.
Yeah.
So your Hammer financial score is a 2 out of 10.
Did not hit my first guess.
You did not. Make sure to check out all the resources linked in the description below. They are what I use or would use in specific situations, including the best budgeting program ever made in the history of the internet, which he will take and change his life, please. Thanks to all of our Patreon producers for making this episode possible. If you want to participate in an episode of Financial Audit and you're able to make it to Austin, Texas, please fill out an application in the survey linked in the description below. You can also send a link to your friends or family who you think might be good to be on the show. If you have any questions, you can email casting@calebhammer.com.